My name is Jeremy, and we're going to be flowing to Detox today. So if that's something you took in this weekend, a little bit of toxifying, we're going to detox. And even if you didn't especially toxify yourself this weekend, it's always a great thing just to clean everything out, twist, shout, cleanse, and then come back to normal. So for today, it's not necessary, but I would recommend some sort of a strap. And today, I don't have a strap, so I'm going to work with a resistance band. This one is not very strong, it's not very tight, which is what I want. I don't want a lot of tension. I'm going to be pulling it over my head. You're doing these rotations, these band dislocates back and forth. So you'll want tension on your strap and or band at all times, but it doesn't need to be this lat pull to get way out wide and you have to put all your strength in to get it stretched out. There's just some slight resistance so that the muscles are at the very beginning of their engagement and then flossing through movement. So get a strap, and if you don't have a strap, nothing seems like it's going to work for that, let it go. We still have plenty of options to get your shoulders worked out, floss out, all that good stuff. I, as always, have chew blocks with me. You can grab them if you have them. You can leave them if you don't. And we're going to get started here in about 5 minutes. We'll get everybody time to trickle in and get all settled. And yeah, we'll get it started. Take your time, settle in. Beautiful. We are live, online, set up to go. Coming up on those last 2 minutes or so before we start class. And again, if you're just joining in, I have blocks with me. They're not necessary for class. Work through a little shoulder mobility, and for that I would recommend a strap, but the strap isn't going to be necessary. We'll get to that later. I have a resistance band instead of a strap, and this isn't a very strong resistance band, which is good. This is what I want. So it doesn't want to be this extra pull to get really wide just to open up your arms. It should be some slight tension throughout, all the way back and all the way forward. So whatever strap that you can get for that, it can be a belt. I've used a guitar strap before, a long towel, an actual belt, whatever you can get, and then if nothing suits you, let it go. We have other options. While we wait on this last minute or so to pass before we start, we're going to be in a modified heroes pose, which is why I have my blocks. And if you want to start in modified while we wait, go ahead and get in a modified heroes pose. So you're going to be standing, or sitting on your shins rather. And for me, anytime I start to bring my hips down to my heels lately, my knee starts to act up, especially on my left side. So that's the same as for you. Grab some blocks or towel, blanket, something that you can sit under your sit bones so that there's less of a closed angle on your knee. And that way you have less intense pain, tension, or sensation there. And once you've got your Tops of your feet on the ground. Try to spread out your all 10 toenails on the mat. And let yourself get a little more lifted from that root. All together. Go ahead and come into your modified hero's pose if you haven't already. And there, take your hands towards your lap, maybe towards the ground if that feels a little more comfortable. Maybe on top of your thighs, face up or face down. Just let them go relax so that your shoulders can follow that suit as well. A few rounds of unchanged breath. Just being in the moment with whatever breath you came into class with. Let the focus start to shift from your breath to your base, where your legs are connected to the ground, to where your sit bones are connected to your leg, the ground, or to a block or base. And then where your hands are connected to your legs or to the ground as well. Now from those connections, keep them still, long, and supportive. Can you start to grow the top of your head up to the ceiling? You might slightly lift up your chest, but there's this engagement of your spine to lift, as if you're growing through each individual disc of your spine. And then starting to unite your breath. Take an inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. Do it again, breathe in through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. 2 more times at your own pace. Last one, the slowest, deepest breath you can. Next breath in, seal your lips. And then exhale through your nose, stoking up your ujjayi breathing. Ujjayi breathing is deeper in and out through your nose, and you make the length of each of those inhales and exhales the same amount of time. Breathe in. Match it with your breath out. 2 more times. In. Then out. 1 more time in. And out. Let's start to add some movement. Take your hands towards your knees. Wrap your fingers forward on your knees so you get a little bit of grip. And then we're going to take these seated cat-cow variations. So on an inhale, pull your chest forward. Draw your belly towards the front of your mat. Find this roundness through your low back. Try to squeeze your shoulder blades onto your back. Lift up through your chest. Take 1 more breath in here. And exhale, seated cat pose. First, start tucking your tailbone towards the front of your mat. So round it forward on your base. Then let your low back round. Then let your upper back round. Then tuck your chin towards your chest. And begin taking it super slow like that. Methodical movement. So on an inhale, point your tailbone towards the back of your space. Round your lower back, your middle back, and then your upper back for a seated cow pose. Exhale, tuck your tailbone, point it back or forward. Round your low back, middle back, upper back, cat pose. 3 more rounds at your own breath to movement. See if you can initiate the movement though from your base, from your tailbone up. And thank you, Lauren Brown, for drilling these into mine and her 4 o'clock Friday class of students' heads. Such a good knowledge of the body, and this is one of the things that I found a lot of support with, more even so than taking tabletop cat-cows. So thank you, Lauren Brown. I want you to come back through to center. Remain in your seated hero's pose. Just take your hands out in line with your shoulders. So make this T shape. Flex your palms so the back of your hands flex towards your face, and like you're trying to press the walls away, drive your flat palms away from you. Now notice if your shoulders start to lift up towards your ears. We're going for a little bit of neutrality through your shoulders. Flex your hands, drive your palms out, and then breathe into whatever's happening here. We're here for 2 rounds of breath. Notice what you've added on through your toes, your feet, your abdominals. Can you start to soften there as well? Now keep all of that flex that you have through your hands. Begin making tiny circles. You can make them forward first. Or if you're taking an opposite direction, it's okay. We're going to even it out. Just make them small. And if it's already starting to build up tension in your shoulder, some lactic acid buildup, stay with this as long as you can. You can come out of it and give it a shake, but then come back when you can. We're just here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to the center and then reverse your circles. Same size to start. If yours got a little bit bigger, that's okay. Make them bigger as it becomes natural to you, but start off a little more constricted. Just for 3, 2, 1. Start to cross your arms left and right. Chain breakers. To floss out any tension. We have that one more time a little bit different. So take your hands out. This time point your hands towards the ground. So your palms flex towards you. The back of your hands are facing towards the wall. You got these goose head looking hands. And begin to make ovals. One direction. So big oval in circle shapes. One direction. Notice how high your shoulders lift. Try to keep them controlled. Almost at the same stationary point. Just for 3, 2, 1. Reverse your circles. Just for 4, 3. Big ovals. For 2. Last 1. Chain breakers. Shake it off. One arm on top of the other and then switch. Just for 3. Ooh, hope that felt good for y'all. Last 2. Even out your last 1, and then child's pose. Move your blocks out of the way. That's giving your hip flexors, your quads enough time to start to release, so that when you bring your hips to your heels and your forehead to the ground, there's not tension through your knees. There's no pain through your knees. And if this feels strenuous, try taking your knees together instead of apart. On an inhale, walk your fingers forward. Lift your elbows off the ground. You've got so much length. And then exhale, relax your forehead and arms back down. Do that again. Inhale, walk forward. Lengthen your chest and arms. Exhale, relax down. One more time. Inhale, lengthen, walk forward. Exhale, release down. Set your intention here. What did you come to class for? What do you intend to get out of class? And then what filter are you going to view your class through? View your intention as that filter, looking at it through positivity, through growth, through negativity, whatever that may be to help you achieve your goal. Find that intention. Breathe it in. Hold it. Sigh it out. Then breathe in. Seal your lips. Ujjayi breath. Exhale through your nose. From here, shift forward to a tabletop. 3 rounds of cat-cow and tabletop. And you can take these a little bit faster, but can you start to initiate from your tailbone? You can tuck your tailbone under, around your middle, and then your upper back for cat. Then point your tailbone up, lower your low back, and then your middle back, and then your chest forward cow pose. And then 2 more times. Super slow, methodical, and controlled. One more time. Come back Back in through neutral, tuck your toes, lift your hips, our knees off the ground to start. We're here for 4 rounds of breath. Now notice this isn't like a cow pose where your belly is dropped down. Tuck up your tailbone slightly so your middle back, your upper back, and your lower back in one straight line. 3 for 2. Spin your inner biceps forward. Last one. Downward facing dog. Keep spinning your biceps forward as you drive your hips up to heels. And if you feel your legs resisting you a lot here, bend your knees. Keep pressing that same pressure through your hands. Then begin to stretch out your legs. Straighten your legs to get more depth. Down dog is such a transitionary pose, especially for how it feels. And yesterday I did a lot of quad stuff and a lot of hamstring stuff, and therefore it's tight today. So my down dog today doesn't feel as homey as it normally does. But I gotta find the homey within my homey. So find what shape is supportive for you, even if it's a little strenuous. Something that you can come back to again and again. Re-gauge and reset from everything that you've just done. 1 more round of breath. Alright, on an inhale, bend your knees and look forward. Then exhale, step, walk, maybe hop if you're already warmed up to the top of your mat. If you have a block, plant it underneath your face. If you don't have a block, no worries. Just bend your knees a little bit more. Plant your left hand under your face, bend your left leg, and inhale your right hand up to twist. Now same thing here, spin your left bicep forward so your actual elbow will spin towards the back of your mat. And then drag your hand like you want to touch your elbow towards your knee. At the same time, bring the back of your right hand up and around as if you wanted to touch towards your left hand, and try to make this complete circle to twist and open up your chest. Breathe in. Exhale, release, switch down, right hand to the mat, bend your right leg, inhale your left hand up. Same thing, spin your bicep forward, pull your bicep, or your arm rather, towards the back of your mat so that you lengthen it further forward, and then try to bring the back of your left hand all the way around to touch your right hand. Keep squeezing thigh to thigh, shoulders together. Try to squeeze them on your back to help open up your chest. 1 more inhale. And exhale, we'll fold forward, back down to the ground. Set your block to the side. Bend your knees. And inhale, slide up to stand. Take it slow, especially if you're prone to getting lightheaded. And take these nice and controlled. Once you've gotten to the top, mountain pose. Reach your hands out and up. Pull your shoulders down away from your ears. And then pause here. And keep this pulling down of your shoulders, pulling down of your ribs. But can you tuck your tailbone forward, just like you want to lift your hip points up to touch your ribs. So let ribs pull down, hips slightly pull up. There's a little connection between the two. All right, take a breath in. And exhale, open twist towards the right. So swing your right hand down and back, left hand forward. Extend it out away from you. 2 rounds of breath here. Now notice your right hip trying to come back with you. Pull it forward. Pull your left hip back so it counters your right hip trying to pull. And then inhale back up to mountain, both hands up. Exhale, open twist towards the left. Left hand down and back, right hand forward. Ooh, missing my head here. I'm going to have to adjust that. But take 2 more rounds of breath here before I do. Squeeze your shoulders together. Pull your left hip forward, your right hip back so they're in line together. Inhale, reach back up to mountain. On your exhale, Samastahiti, hands to your heart. Prayer position, thumbs to your chest. 3 rounds of breath here. And we're going to be twisting, we're going to be flowing with the intention of detoxifying. Detoxifying, like setting yourself into that fiery furnace, is not going to be easy. It's not going to be necessarily fun. But we have the intention to do this because of our goal. Our goal of whatever you need to get out of this class, to let go of toxicity, of negativity, or simply just moving your body, flossing out stagnant energy. Make this about you. Breathe in together. Breathe out together. Open your eyes if you've closed them. Inhale, mountain pose, reach up. Exhale, open twist towards the right. Right hand down and back, left hand forward. A little quicker. Inhale, up to mountain. Exhale, open twist to the left. Control your hips. Inhale up to mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Then exhale, high plank. All right, option here to lower down to your knees. And you're always at liberty to use your knees in a high plank. Any pose, really. Find your support here. But again, tuck to tailbone so that your spine is one straight line. Even if it's still diagonal, it can still be straight within a diagonal line. So find your version of a strong high plank. Just for 3, for 2, 1. Take a breath in, shift forward, and exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. We're going to take this into a wild cobra. So take your fingers out wider than your mat, in line with your shoulders, onto your fingertips. Tops of your feet press into the mat. Spread all 10 toenails onto the mat if you can. Attempt to make that happen. Keep that, and then squeeze your thighs together. Lift your quads off the ground. Press down through your feet even more. Then lift your chest. Draw your belly up and in as you start to lift your chest so that everything is strong and supporting one another. Then take an inhale. Exhale, dip your right shoulder into the middle of your mat. Press more through your left hand so you get a rotation. Inhale back through to center. Exhale, dip left shoulder in. Press more through your right hand. Inhale back to center. One more time each side. Exhale, right shoulder dips. Inhale, center. Exhale, left shoulder dips. Inhale, center. Exhale, release down. Take a cheek to the mat, arms by your side. Wiggle your hips. Let go of glute tension. When your glutes are no longer tense, tuck your hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes. Inhale to a high plank. You can either press up in one straight line, or again, use your knees first. Press up into your knees, then press it back to downward facing dog. Full inhale. Full exhale. All right, let's take this a little different. Shift back forward toward your high plank. Then we're going to take this into a side plank. So right foot down, you're on your right hand. Lift your left hand up. It's a great place for support here. So you can take your left knee, or left foot rather, down to the ground. So you've got 3 levels of support rather than just 2. We're taking these into twist. Take a breath in. On your exhale, thread the needle. Reach your left arm underneath your right. Press your right foot and your right hand down. Inhale, open it back up. Exhale, thread. Inhale up. Exhale, thread. Let's do this 3 more times. 6 in total. Inhale up. Exhale, thread. Inhale up. Exhale, thread. Last time through. Inhale up. Exhale, thread. Hold for 3. Press the ground for 2. Last one. Inhale up. Exhale, both hands down. Back to your high plank. Other side. Right into it. I love you guys. Right hand reaches up. Take a breath in. Exhale, thread. Again, inhale, reach up. Press everything on the ground down. Exhale, thread. Inhale up. Exhale, thread. We've got 3 more times through. Inhale up. Exhale, thread. Inhale up. Exhale, thread. Last time. Inhale up. Exhale, thread. Hold for 3, 2. Last one. Inhale up. Exhale, back to high plank. Breathe in. Downward facing dog. Full inhale. Full exhale. Inhale, bend your knees and look forward. Exhale, step, walk, hop, travel forward. Top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Reach up. Let's start it over. Exhale, open twist towards the right. Inhale, back to mountain. Exhale, open to the left. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. A little different. If you want to keep those cobras, keep them. Otherwise, chaturanga. Breathe in, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Elbows stay stacked on top of your wrist. Your shoulders lean forward. So you're trying to chest bump the front of your mat. Then, inhale, upward facing dog. So that shouldn't feel necessarily easy. It's not quite a push-up either. We'll distinguish between the two. Take one more breath in your upward facing dog. Keep pressing your feet down so your knees and thighs lift off the ground. Then down dog on your exhale. 2 rounds of breath. All right, one more time through. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Rather, shift forward to high plank, over to side plank. Right hand stays down, left hand lifts. You can option to keep your legs down for support or maybe challenge yourself. A little more this time. Take a breath in. Exhale, thread. Inhale up. Exhale, thread. Inhale up. Exhale, thread. 3 more times, y'all. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You've got this. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, high plank. Other side. For evenness, reach up, breathe in. Exhale, thread under. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, thrice more. Inhale. Exhale. In. And out. Last time through. In. And out. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands down. Downward facing dog. Breathe in, look forward. Exhale, step or hop forward. Now, last time through. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain, explode up. Exhale, open to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, open left. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, forward, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward dog. Breath in. Breath out. Shift forward, high plank. Side plank. This time we are holding. I want you to find your strongest version. So maybe feet stacked. Maybe you lift one leg. Maybe you grab for your foot. Maybe take it to a big toe pose. You choose. 2 more rounds of breath. We've been training for this all afternoon, y'all. 1 more breath. Inhale. Exhale, high plank. Other side. Find your strongest version of a side plank to hold stillness. Isometric hold. So everything is engaged. Nothing moves as much as you can control. Just for 2. Last 1. Breathe in. Exhale, hands down, downward facing dog. Breathe in, look forward. Exhale, step or hop forward, top of your mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Chair pose on an inhale, reach up. Okay, y'all. If you have a strap, grab that strap. If you don't, no worries. We're still going to be in child's pose, or in chair pose, not child's pose. So for chair pose, I'm going to try to turn towards y'all. Pretend I'm in chair. You've got your strong chair. If you have your strap, hands above your head. If you're in chair, take your standard chair hands. Now, from your chair, I want you to pull your shoulders back. Start to pull your strap as if you want to touch it to your glutes, your low back. Keep your chair slowly back up and over. Try to touch it towards your chest. We're going to keep that motion going. We're here for 6 rounds of breath, just like your side plank. Keep that going smooth and controlled. If you're in your chair pose and you want to take those arm circles, if these don't seem as supportive, just to make these round motions through, adjust it, just for 3. For 2. I'll rejoin you guys in chair. Last 1. Set your strap to the side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And your exhale, fold. A little different this time. Shift your weight into your right foot. On an inhale, one-legged mountain. Bring your left knee up with you. Come up to stand. Find some stability to start. If you have a really thick mat, this balance portion may feel really difficult, especially if you have a thick mat on thick carpet. So check in with your base. Maybe step off of your mat if you're having a little trouble with balancing here. Maybe lift up all 5 toes if you want to challenge yourself a little more. Root through the entirety of your foot, then let your toes be the extremities, little feelers to grab out extra. Take another breath here. And then exhale, figure 4 chair. Left ankle over your right knee, hands down towards your heart. This feels good. If you want to go further, begin to sit your hips back, press your left knee down. Keep your belly drawn up and in. This isn't necessarily about touching elbow to knee. It's more about opening up your hip. And if once you've gotten your hips and knees in line with one another, then if you want to start to take it deeper, you can start to bring your elbow down towards your knee and ankle. You can take it further by taking your hands to the ground. But let that warmth that we just took your body through be the catalyst here to find space. Like stretching out, warm Laffy Taffy. 1 more full round of breath. And inhale, come back up through a one-legged mountain pose. And then exhale, forward fold, feet together, fold over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift, again, stretch forward. Exhale, fold, shift your weight into your left foot, taking a little more balance. Inhale, one-legged mountain. You can take your right tiptoes on the ground to start, come up to stand and then pull your knee with you. You pull it up the entire way, or just come up to stand and then lift your leg. You find your version of a challenge. Same thing here, find stability through your left leg, lift your toes to challenge it more, flatten them down once you've gotten stability. One more breath. Inhale together. Exhale, figure four chair, right ankle over, flex your toes. Then start to set your hips back. And hands to your chest. Press your knee away from you. So you're rounding your right knee, rainbow arcing it towards the ground, as if you want it to touch. And at the same time, sending your hips back. So again, it's not this rounded forward. It's creating this flat spine, just like you were in your halfway lift, while at the same time finding this rounding rotation of your right hip. Maybe once you found the depth enough to get your hips and knees in line, then bring elbow towards your knees. We'll have an option to take this into a twist later too. So if you're already twisting it up, good for you. Keep it up. If you're not, it's coming for you. One more breath. All right, inhale back up to your one-legged mountain pose. One more inhale. Exhale, forward fold, feet together, fold over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Then exhale, chaturanga. Let your hands go through your flow. Down dog is where we meet. Full inhale, full exhale. All right, take your right leg high, breathe in. On your exhale, bend your legs, stack your hips. And give yourself just a pause here. And then try to get your right shoulder closer towards the ground. So notice that your left shoulder will dip. We'll get a little less pressure on your left hand. Even those out. Equal pressure in both hands. Then try to stack your hips from that equal pressure. Inhale back to a three-legged dog. And then exhale, right knee to your right tricep. So same side of your body. Now hold here. Squeeze your left glute. Make sure it's turned on, activated. Then on an inhale, lower your right knee towards your right wrist without touching your foot to the ground if possible. Then exhale, lift it back up. 2 more times. Inhale, low. Exhale, lift. Inhale, or exhale, low. Inhale, lift. Then back to your three-legged dog. Breathe in. Exhale, low lunge. Step through to your hands. From here, warrior 2. Left heel down. You get light on your fingertips first. Then inhale, explode up to open into your second warrior. Heel alignment with your back arch. And then fire your feet away from one another. 2 propulsions to create your space. Inner thighs away. Maybe even take your right hand and begin to press your right quad towards your knee. So you're physically showing your body where to lengthen to open up a little more space. You can hold your left hip flexor stationary. If this doesn't feel that supportive, just keep your hands out. Breathe into this space, but can you still pull your shoulders down rather than lifting them up high? There's not much strength there. Rather, I don't even know if you would want to call that tension. Call it tension. Holding your shoulders up like that all day is going to get so tiresome. It's going to build up weird holding habits. Let's take that here. Pull them down. One more full round of breath. All right, breathe in. Reach your right hand forward. And then exhale, lower just your right arm down towards your right leg first. Now, can you start to lengthen your left hand up? So rather than just stacking it, can you extend it up and over? Keep finding that length through your left side until you can try to stack your left shoulder on top of your right. So notice where you get resisted along the way. Press more into your leg to rotate. But again, the support isn't necessarily coming from your elbow on your leg. You could even lift your elbow off of your leg. Use just the strength of your core and your powerful leg setup to get the rotation through your chest. One more full round of breath. And inhale, reverse triangle. Straighten your right leg, reach your right hand up. Squeeze your thighs together. Point your tailbone forward. So notice when I point it forward, right hip lifts up. So point it back, Right hip lowers, point it forward, right hip lifts. That's what you want here. Keep your hips lifted level, belly drawn in and tight. Begin to pull your right rib cage up away from that strong setup of your hips. One more breath in. Then exhale, Skandasana to the back of your mat. So you can turn your left toes out at about 45 degrees. Bend your left leg, and then begin to lower your sit bones towards your left heel. For me, I have a tight inner thigh, pretty tight low back as well. So my Skandasana doesn't get as deep, but I can still feel a lot of stretch all through the inner right leg. So as long as you have a stretch through your straightened front leg, that's what you need. If you can get deep in your front squat, all good, but it's not necessary. Find your length here. One more breath. All right, shift forward back to your low lunge. And then low lunge twist. Left hand stays down. Inhale, reach your right hand up. Now pause for a moment here. Take your right hand that's lifted up, low back. And widen out your right foot towards the right edge of your mat, just for a moment. And begin to level your hips with the mat. So squeeze your left glute, lift your left hip up. Now can you lower your right hip in line with your left? What do you have to adjust there? And notice your back heel. Lift it on top of your toes. Then find your stack. And once you've gotten your low back settled, come back into your twist. And can you draw your belly in and let this come from above your hips, through the middle of your spine. One more inhale. Stay for your exhale. Inhale to a side plank. Just one round of breath in. Your version here. Then exhale, chaturanga. Hands down. Flow it back to down dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. All right. Left leg high. Inhale. Bend your legs. Stack your hips. And again, right shoulder begins to dip as you lift your left knee higher. Level them out together. Equal pressure in both hands. Then breathe. All right, inhale, three-legged dog, level your hips. Exhale, left knee, left tricep, super slow. Draw in, try to make contact, hold. Squeeze your right glute so it's engaged. Inhale, lower your left knee. Exhale, lift. Inhale, up. Exhale, lift. We're doing it one more time together. Inhale, lower it. Exhale, lift. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, low lunge. Warrior two. Right heel down. Press to open up other side of your mat. Find what resists you differently on this side. And then find depth in spite of that resistance. Not necessarily making your shape into that picturesque Google image of whatever this shape is. But checking in with your body along the way. Seeing what doesn't want to fall into line. And then adjusting accordingly. Not beating it into place, but letting the things around it support it until it can finally go back into place. 2 more rounds of breath. Enough hippy-dippy stuff. All right, powerful through your legs. Inhale, lengthen your left hand forward. And again, exhale, lower just your arm first. Everything else stays like it is. Then lift your right hand up. And attempt to stack your shoulders on top of one another. Still should be some length through your right side, even some through your left side. Pull your left hip underneath you to lengthen out your right side. And then check in, can you lift your elbow without your core dropping, without your shoulders dropping? Your core is supporting you more so than your elbow and your leg. Two more breaths. Inhale, reverse triangle, straighten your left leg. Once again, right hand to your back leg. Point your tailbone forward, left hip lifts. If you point it back, your left hip lowers. Again, point it forward, make it lift. Then lift up your ribs away from that. All right, last breath in. Exhale, Skandasana to the back. Again, turn your right toes out at about 45 degrees, bend your leg, and then begin to sit down into a squat. Keep sending your right sit bones back and then down. Notice how far forward your right knee is past your ankle. Keep it relatively stacked. Keep your breath still fluid, flowing. One more full round. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, low lunge. Right hand stays down. Inhale, twist your left hand up. And begin to widen out your left foot. Squeeze your right glute, turn on, then take your hand to your low back. Now can you lift? Line up your hips to where they shine flat towards your mat. Again, keep your right heel lifted on top of your ankle. That's going to be a benchmark to find where you need to lower your hips. Right ankle and heel stays lifted. Then inhale, lift up, rotate from the middle of your spine and chest and back. Full breath. And then side plank on your inhale, last version here. Take a big breath in. Exhale, chaturanga. Take your hands to the ground. You flow to down dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. One more like that. In and out. Okay, I'll breathe in, look forward. Exhale, step or float forward, top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. All right, shift your weight into your right foot. Inhale, one-legged mountain. Left knee comes up with you. On your exhale, figure four. Left ankle over your right knee. Hands to prayer. Your version. Second time here in your figure four leg. So you may find some more depth now. We've gotten your legs opened up. You may be able to bring your elbow to your knee and ankle. If you want to take this further and rotate, bring your left elbow across your body to the inside arch of your left foot. Make the connection. Pull your left knee down. Flex your left toes towards your front knee. And then begin to press into your hands to rotate. Two rounds of breath. On an inhale, one-legged mountain pose with control. Come back up to stand. Left leg lifts. Exhale, left leg out straight in front of you. Extend your hip flexor. Inhale back to one-legged mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, re-lengthen. Exhale, fold, bend your knees, shift your weight into your left foot. Inhale, one-legged mountain, right knee comes up with you. Exhale, figure four. Set up here just as methodically as you did on your other side. And oftentimes one side is tighter. If this is your tighter side, take it a little bit slower. You're rotating with control. Bring your right elbow to the inside arch of your foot, palm into palm, and then press to rotate away from that setup you made with your legs. Last full breath. And inhale back up to one-legged mountain pose. Right leg lifts with you. Exhale, right leg out straight in front of you. Stretch it out. Inhale, one-legged mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Clean the slate. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Little different this time. Step your feet wide. Walk your hands back 6 inches or so. Reach your left hand across and grab your right leg, calf, your ankle. Down dog twist. Pull your chest underneath your right arm. But drive both heels flat to the ground. Spread your feet out as wide as they can. Press into the pinky side edges of your feet. And then drive flat through your right hand so that you lift and extend through your shoulder. One more full round of breath. You've got this. Switch out your hands. Left hand to your mat. Reach your right hand across. Grab your left leg, maybe in a different spot, but grab it nonetheless. Pull your chest underneath your arm. And press to the pinky edges of both feet. Last full breath. Back through to center. Walk it out to your downward facing dog. Lift your right leg high, breathe in. Exhale, bend your legs, stack your hips. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee, right tricep, hold. Inhale, lower knee towards your wrist. Exhale, lift it back up. Do one more time, inhale low. Exhale, lift. Inhale, 3 leg. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse triangle. And then exhale, Skandasana to the back of your mat. We're taking a little bit differently this time. So you got Skandasana to the back, breathe in. On your exhale, Skandasana to the front. Slowly transition, knee stays behind your ankle. Breathe in, exhale, Skandasana to the back. Floss out this motion, Skandasana to the front. Breath to movement, Skandasana to the back. So again, you can lift up through center first, but keep the sanctity of your knees by pressing your hips back. One more time each side, right, left. Once you finish, breathe in, look to the top of your mat. Exhale, low lunge. Side plank this time, right into it. Skip the twist. You find your version of side plank. Maybe that side plank has a twist. Maybe hand behind your head. You take a wild thing. And breathe in. Exhale, flow. Hands down. Your vinyasa back to down dog. Full breath. Left leg high, breathe in. Exhale, bend and stack. Breathe in, 3 leg. Exhale, left knee, left tricep. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. One more time, inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, 3 leg. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, Skandasana to the back of your mat. Hips back. Same thing here. If you want to add on any other version of this, feel free. Otherwise, take a Skandasana, move to the front. Skandasana to the back. To the front. To the back. Again, you're continually pressing your shins forward as if you're pressing them into a wall to get your hips further back. One more time each side. To the right. To the left. Back to the original. Take a breath in, look forward. Exhale, low lunge. Last time, side plank. Lift your left foot, maybe stack, maybe wild thing with hand behind your head. Breathe in. Exhale, flow. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Everyone together, breathe in. Horse lip exhale. Again, inhale, fill up. Horse lip exhale. Breathe in, seal your lips. Exhale through your nose. Ujjayi breath. Let that settle. Challenge yourself to stay up on your hands in your downward facing dog. 2 more rounds of breath. All right, bend your knees, look forward. Slow, methodical steps to the top of your mat. Keep pressing your hands down, extending through your shoulders. And then when you can't walk any further, bend your knees. Come all the way in through to a seat. Woo, buddy. All right, we're not done yet. Hope you're digging this. Come to lying on your back. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Take your hands behind your head, so interlace your fingers behind your neck. Gently though, you're not gripping and pulling your neck up. You're softly relaxing the back of your head into your fingertips. From there, with your knees bent, let them roll towards the left. And we've got some oblique crunches off. You want to take a block between your thighs? Feel free to take that block between your thighs. Take a breath in, lift your shoulders. On your exhale, lift your chin and chest to the ceiling. Inhale, low back down. Exhale, lift up. So a little twist, a little core engagement, a little strengthening here. All in good fun, but also functionally necessary to hold you through those movements with support. Just for 3. For 2. And last one, hold at the top. Reach your left hand across to the right side of your body. And then pulse for 3, 2, 1. Lower back down. Let both knees come to center. Roll towards the right. And we're taking it right to the other side. Hands behind your neck. Gently breathe in. Lift your shoulders. Exhale, lift your chin and chest. Inhale low. Exhale, lift. You got the movement. If there's another oblique exercise that works better for your body, I know this for a while for me wasn't the easiest exercise to do because of shoulder tightness. Maybe take some penguins instead. Just for 3, 2, last one, right hand extend across and pulse. 4, 3, 2, 1, lower down, release back through center, hug your knees to your chest, round your forehead towards your knees, take in a breath, and then exhale, relax your head down, arms out to a T, rotate your chin left and right to release any tension that you might have been holding in your neck. All right, fun time's over. Both legs straight up a wall. Flex your toes towards your face. From here, reach your hands up like you're gonna touch your toes, but shoulders stay down for a moment. Flex your toes a little more. Try to get your feet a little bit further away from your hands. Then lift your shoulders off the ground and then climb a rope. So right hand across to the left hand across to the right. Right to left to right. Continue in succession. Left and right. If you want to challenge more and you have blocks, keep this going. Just take some blocks to your feet. Keep that same motion going. Now you got the sanctity of your face to take into account as you move. These core blocks are unforgiving on the face, so you want to keep it engaged. For 4, for 3, last 2, last 1. Bend your knees, release your block without securing it to your face, and then roll left and right. Open your inner thighs. Ooh, buddy, that felt great. Rock up to a seat when you're ready. Legs out straight in front, flex your toes, breathe in, reach up. Exhale, fold over your legs. Round your forehead towards your knee. And let your body get really relaxed from all of that tension that you just had. Last full breath. And then come back up through center. From here, take your right leg, bend it and bring it outside of your left knee. Right hand behind you. Inhale, lift your left hand up. Press the ground when you get long. And exhale, twist towards the right. Flex your left toes. Press your elbow into your right knee to create that rotation to continue. 3 rounds of breath. And unravel back through center, switch out your legs. Left foot outside of your right knee, left hand behind you. Inhale, reach your right hand up, get long, press the ground away. Exhale, twist towards the left. 3 rounds of breath. Flex your toes, elbow into your knee to rotate. Now back through center, both legs out straight. Lower all the way onto your back. Bridge, wheel, you choose the back bend that's going to open up best for you. So if you have wheel, I'll cue towards wheel. If you'd rather take a bridge, feet in towards your hips to where you can graze the back of your heels with your fingertips. So that'll get a good stack of your knees on top of your ankles. Then press to lift your hips. This is where you'll stay, adding pressure onto your shoulders by driving your feet more into the ground. Second option, hands by your ears with your fingers pointing toward your feet. So make these grasshopper leg arms. Then press onto the ground to lift yourself up onto the top of your head. It's just a stopping point if you need to rearrange your hands, get them in a more supportive shape. When you're ready, press to lift your hips, your chest, everything up to the ceiling. Relax the crown of your head towards the ground. Press equally through your feet and hands, and then breathe calmly and softly. 2 more rounds. And everyone inhale up to your tiptoes. Tuck your chin towards your chest, lower all the way down to your back. All right, ending with your twist. Right knee in toward your chest, take your left leg long, breathe in. Exhale, supine twist towards the left. Keep your right shoulder down. In fact, if you want to bring your hand up towards the ceiling, palm faces towards your face, and then use it as an antenna. Press your right elbow and shoulder into the ground, And then eventually, with the breath that you're applying to that tension, allow your left knee to get a little closer to the ground. If it doesn't happen, just as good. One more round. And inhale back through center, switch your legs, left knee in, right leg long. Breathe in, squeeze. Exhale, twist, left elbow out. Again, you can keep your palm face up, or rather face side. But continue this rotation through your body. Breathing into it. And adding just enough pressure to counter the openness. Next, inhale back to center, happy baby. Last version, you choose how happy baby looks. For me, legs close together, heels to the glutes. Feels really good. The second best option for me is grabbing behind my thighs and bringing my heels straight up, so low back stays connected. If I try to go for my feet here, my tailbone lifts. And that's not as supportive of a spine. So if you're like me and your tailbone lifts when you grab your feet, rather, keep your feet down. Try to widen out your inner thigh, so pull your feet apart while keeping heels close to glutes. The extension is something that will come with time. Sometimes it's a long time. Release your shape, come back into the center. Hug your knees to your chest. Take a big breath in, constrict and compress. Make yourself into the tiniest human ball that you can make. Breathe in. And then exhale, Shavasana. Arms out, extended, legs extend out. Let your feet fall out to the side. Let your body get extra heavy. Envision yourself like silly putty in the sun, getting compressed under gravity and under this warmth. Shavasana. For a long Shavasana, feel free to turn off the video and keep this going as long as you need. If you're working and you're about to take on the rest of your day, move your body back to awaken. Fingers, toes, wrist, neck, open, close your jaw. But again, let this be reawakening yourself from the point that you wanted to be at. If you need more rest time, continue your rest. When you're ready, hug your knees to your chest. Roll to one side, fetal pose. Left or right, doesn't matter. Just use your bicep as a pillow. Reflect in the detoxification of not only your body, but of your mind. Letting go of things that are toxic, things that hold unnecessary negativity. You can make room for what can bring more positivity, more light. With that in mind, breathe in together. Sigh out together. Press yourself to a seat. Take it slow, with the eyes still closed, with as little movement as possible to get to your seat. Hands at your heart, somewhere supportive. Acknowledging the light and the love, the student and the teacher that resides in one another. We bow and share the words. Namaste. Good work, y'all. That was fun. Truth time, I did not want to move. I was not craving movement to start this class, so I'm really glad y'all stuck it out with me, keeping me motivated. So thank you so much for that. Again, our teacher donation fund is still going live. We very much appreciate anything that you're able to help to contribute. And if you're enjoying these videos, thank you for showing up either way. My name is Jeremy. Hope to see you soon. have a good rest of your day. Namaste.